child at the club.
How are ya?
Yeah, well, mate, yourself?
I'm good.
Good. Nice night for training.
It's good, isn't it?
Who got here? Gadsby's just arrived.
Have you done many of these before?
Many test drives of brand new cars? Yeah. No, not often, mate. Yourself?
No, I haven't done one before.
Oh, there comes the wipers rather than the indicators. Bit of go on it.
Is it quick?
It's got a bit. I'll show you.
Are we allowed to test it out?
No.
So, obviously, you were at Carlton for a few years, mate. Do you have a footy idol still, or are you past that? Still in a bit?
At Carlton, I had a few guys that I really looked up to.
Yeah.
Cade Simpson was good for me in my later years when I went to half back. Mark Murphy was awesome.
Yeah, you said he was a legend. What did he do for you? Was he just good
Murphy
mentor?
just really good for like watching vision, spending time with us, just a general chat.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like there was like a hierarchy with him, so
yeah.
He was just like a really accepting sort of guy. Which I still love all those people from the club.
Yep.
And then there was like a few more like Reece Palmer, Alex Fasolo. They were really good.
Reece Palmer, Alex Fasolo. I didn't think they'd align with you.
No, they're a couple of loose units, but still really good people.
Yeah, okay.
Good footy mentors as well.
Yeah.
Probably not off-field mentors for me.
Okay. What a day in Williamstown, by the way.
So good. Do you like it out here?
Love it out here, mate. You love the club, love Willie out west as well?
I haven't spent too much time out west.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool, like driving through these streets. It's like a country town. I reckon that's what's so cool about Willie, and it's what makes the club different as well. Like you drive out here, you drive into the club. It's got the cannons facing the bay. The ground's it's got rain coming in sideways. It's like a place that other teams don't really want to play. So I reckon we get a massive advantage from that.
Yeah, I think game day advantage, but then also like I feel proud to be at the club because it just got more of a history than say like an aligned VFL club. Like it means a lot to play for Williamstown, and
100%.
On Thursday nights when some of the greats come down and speak to us about their time and that, I really value that.
Yeah, I agree. Like when I was like 18 and playing against Willie, they had like Ben Cavara, Mick Gibbons, Grice, still some of the guys that are there now, Marco, Masters, Charleston. Like these guys are absolute weapons that played for the club, and I reckon we've just got a bit of a duty to carry on what they sort of started.
Bloody oath. When I speak to Grizz, he probably thinks I'm the biggest nuffy, but I'm always asking him about that 20. Oh, there goes the wipers again.
What is it, right side?
Yeah, left side in the MG. We've got the blinkers.
That lady was laughing at you.
Really?
Yeah.
Good on her. Yeah, I always feed off Grizz and just ask him what those days were like, and who he was close with, and what the sort of culture was at the time, and the standards they had around their performance. Because obviously they were a great team, but it's sort of a different phase for the club now with a newer group, so we get to build something from fresh, really. Yeah,
it's pretty cool to hear about like all those things, but obviously the VFL landscape's changed a fair bit, and the whole comp is like it's heading towards an under 23 competition, so it's a lot younger. Like all those guys when we were playing them when I was like 18, they'd be like 25, 26, physically just so much bigger and stronger.
Yeah.
And now it's just like a younger person's competition, which is a bit of a feeder for the AFL and their talent competition. So I know it's changing a bit, but I think we can still we just got to change a few of our methods and recruit well, and we'll be back at the top pretty quickly.
So, mate, so you got the dash, unbelievable setup here. You've got seat warmers.
It's not bad, is it? Even the sunroof, we haven't played with this yet.
Gee, that's impressive.
Opens right up.
That's awesome down it today.
Does this come open? Oh, this, wow.
Yeah, wow. I might have to turn the heated seats off as well then.
Yeah, it's
getting pretty hot, but yeah.
Sweaty in there.
Great setup. I mean, Bluetooth, phone calls, all that.
Cruise control, have you tried that out yet?
Cruising around Willie, mate. I haven't had the need to, but it's got it, which is handy.
Yeah, it's nice. Is this touchscreen? How good's this?
Yeah, wow. What's your favourite station? What do you like?
I usually just link up to my my Spotify, but I actually like Gold 104.3.
Yeah.
Triple J gets a run sometimes. SEN, good talkback.
Yeah, I don't know what time
Gary and Tim in the morning is unbelievable.
Yeah, I was just going to get to that. What time are you allowed to bed in the morning? Because I'm a mighty Seagulls guy on the way to work.
Are you really?
Yeah, he's actually quite funny.
Christian McConnell, I find him pretty funny.
Christian McConnell, yeah.
He's in the afternoons, I think. Has this got Apple CarPlay, this car? The MG?
Yeah, it does actually.
Let's hook yours up.
How good's that? You want to hear some of my music?
Yeah. usually run with? If you were driving to training now, what would you have on?
Music-wise, pretty into my rap at the moment, mate.
Yeah?
Rap, and then transitioning to a bit of techno at the moment.
Yeah,
so,
wow. Prep for Europe?
Yeah, Europe prep. So,
Interesting.
listeners out there, Cam and I are going away at the end of the year. Heading over to Europe, going to a few festivals there, so trying to customise to copious amounts of techno I'll be forced to listen to with these gremlins, so it's actually a ripper. I wonder if Freddie Hall's out here riding today.
Do you reckon? It's a bit windy for him to be on the bike, isn't it?
Freddie took me for a ride once and I never got invited back.
Really? He's struggling to keep up or something?
He's a weapon.
Is he good?
He's a weapon, yeah.
He was telling me his V02 Max is like in the elite range for his age the other day. I didn't ask, he just told me that.
Oh, just a little
Just
subtle,
come up to me,
subtle pump off.
self-congratulation. I was like, nice, Fred.
Stuff, Fred. We love
Shout out to Fred.
Good stuff, Fred. Didn't Fred also take a hanger on James Sicily at training?
Yes, that's what he told me the other day at training.
Wow.
He told me he played on James Sicily in the back pocket here once, and I was like, Fred, you're 43. James is 24.
Peak of his career.
Told me he was an 18-year-old playing for Willie from the Western Jets. Have you got a couple of footy idols that you had growing up, or was it?
Yeah, I was a big Hawks man.
Yeah. So who'd you like?
Like I love Lance Franklin.
Yeah. He's
Wow, I'd love him to come back to the Hawks. Just finish his career with us.
Yeah.
The Swans aren't going to pay him. We'll pay him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, love Buddy. I remember actually crying one final at Etihad. We were playing Adelaide. Bud missed a goal, and I thought the game was done.
Is that Adelaide?
No, I was at Etihad against Adelaide.
Is that where he kicked 7? That one where he kicked the sealer in the elimination?
Yeah, that one.
That's like the rise of Buddy. That's one of the coolest games ever.
That was like, when I think of footy and like childhood and AFL, okay. I think of me at that game crying halfway through the third, thinking we're done.
Really?
And then Buddy just did his thing and life was good again.
Yeah, he was the man. He was only 21 then. Or he was probably 20 then. He kicked 100 when he was 21.
Yeah, shout out to Bud.
Who's your like voice of footy when you're a kid? So like commentary wise, I've got like a commentator that sticks in my head as like voice of footy, and a certain team of commentators as well. Okay,
I think when I think of like shows and commentary and stuff, I think of like Robert Walls and that Saturday night show.
Wow, this is mine as well.
Wow, really?
Stephen Quartermain,
Stephen Quarters,
Tim Lane.
Tim Lane.
That was a crew.
The woman, Sam something.
Sam Lane.
Sam Lane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Crew.
That was a crew, and it was just.
I don't know why Quarters isn't a commentator now with Fox. Like, if Channel 10 get the naming rights or the rights to footy.
Yeah. I think. Did you hear about the blow up with Jason Dunstall and Quarters in the Triple M commentary box one day? The rice, one of the all-time stories.
Yeah.
If you haven't heard that story, make sure
Get on YouTube. Jace Dunstall v Steve Quartermain.
Fried rice. Good story. But yeah, footy idol, mate. Yeah, so obviously Buddy sort of just fantasised, but like as an actual idol, probably a bit more into like just local footy. I remember traipsing around with my old man to all his coaching and things, and just like the older boys at the club, I just idolised. And you know,
any names like best like local player that you saw that you just like this guy's a god when you're a kid?
Yeah, like Michael Collins at Narry Warren.
What sort of player was he?
Just like a big inside mid, just tough as nails, and the sort of you could take that into your own game on the Sunday, like after you'd watched
that's cool.
The senior boys, and you try and do what they did and things like that. So yeah, that's sort of my footy growing up.
We used to watch the Dingley Dingoes. That's where I played like a bit of my juniors.
Yeah.
And I had this full forward that used to play at the Bulldogs, Adam Quinn.
Yeah.
He was like a local footy gun. He used to kick like 10 every week. And I remember like chalking up his goals on a tree. You know how you can scratch his trees? And we'd like chalk up his goals. Yeah. And then when he kicked his 100th, we'd all run onto the ground. He was like a local legend. When
you're chalking him up, was it 4 and then a dash through the 5th?
Yeah, that's it. You got to do that.
Yeah, class.
What have you liked about driving this so far?
Oh, just smooth, isn't it? Like,
yeah, it is.
And quick. I like quick cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, just really smooth, really spacious.
What are the brakes like?
Yeah, brakes are quite touchy, so they're really responsive.
That's probably why it's got a 5-star safety rating.
Exactly right.
You always need that when you're a young person driving a car. The safety rating is pretty crucial.
Yeah, especially like a P-plater now. Like,
yeah, this would be a great car for a P-plater.
Good peace of mind for parents as well.
Yeah. It's nice driving into the gates here, isn't it?
Beautiful. How good are the trees?
Just the ground, like such like an intimidating setup, I think.
Yeah.
Wind coming off the water.
Does the narrow driveway give a little bit of that as well?
Mate, there's
Oppo rolling
actually
in?
something about
There's
driving in here that's like, it's a bit of a fortress.
Should we give the reverse camera a look as well?
Yeah, that's a good call. Where does it come up on the screen?
Wow, how was that?
Oh, he actually draws a picture for you.
Wow.
You actually can't go wrong here. If you stuff this up, you shouldn't be allowed to drive.
Ah, mate, look at that. Never in doubt.
It's not perfect.
That's probably as good as it'll get, that one.
Get the camera on that.
Happy with that?
Nice.
Thanks, guys.